Hello, and this is Joseph Wilcox, still on assignment 3, Jack's Unit 31. I'm now moving on to smoking. So the first question I asked was, do you smoke? Which to that my client replied, no, I don't smoke. So the areas for improvement is none really. That's the perfect answer. So obviously that means that the strength is he doesn't smoke, he doesn't take in nicotine and other harmful things from cigarettes. So if he did smoke, then I would suggest maybe thinking about acupuncture or going on the NHS smoking helpline or NHS stop smoking services. This is where they can talk to someone who will understand and they'll probably have smoked before and know the bad effects and stopped. This is where you can speak to people who can help them with their own situation because they understand where they're coming from. This is quite an important service, as many people found this around the world and around the UK, and many people stop smoking because of it or reduce the smoking. Also, there's nicotine replacement therapy, so that's, as he does what it says on the tin, he gives you nicotine from this could be patches or spray that you can have or whatever, which replaces the nicotine of a cigarette, so you won't want the cigarette, but it's giving you the nicotine but not giving you all the rest of the things, not giving you all the horrible ingredients that can lead to stuff like lung cancer and liver cancer and other horrible diseases and heart problems. As I said, with smoking, health risks are coronary heart disease, cancer and lung infections and other stuff like that. As well as, so that would be what I would say if he said he did smoke, but he didn't. He says he doesn't smoke, so that is very good. I then asked him if you did smoke. If yes, then how many cigarettes do you smoke in a week? So that's like an estimate. Now, obviously, because he didn't smoke, he replied saying, none, I don't smoke. Strengths of this, once again, he doesn't smoke, he's not taking in all the harmful gases or the poisonous ingredients that can lead to things like heart disease, cancer and lung infections. But if he said a low number of cigarettes, I would possibly think about saying, well, phone up stuff like NHS smoking helpline or NHS stop smoking services, because he's at a low number and he's not that far away from stopping. All he has to do is cut out a few more and he'll be stopped. Another thing could be acupuncture, which will now I'm not exactly 100% how it works, but acupuncture, it does actually tend to not make you want stuff as much, so you won't want cigarettes as much, you won't be addicted to it as much, which would be important because that could lead to him getting off smoking. But the reason why I'd advise him to phone the NHS Stop Smoking Services is because all he needs is a bit of motivation to just stop having those 5 or 6 cigarettes a day, a day or whatever he's having. However, if he'd said a high number, I would have said maybe thinking about calling the NHS smoking helpline, try and get some advice on how to reduce it, and nicotine replacement therapy, because this will prevent him from smoking, or he might still smoke but not as much because he's getting the nicotine which he wants. And just having the nicotine is nowhere near as bad as smoking all the other ingredients which are in cigarettes, which are almost unbelievable when you read the list. So with nicotine replacement therapy and acupuncture, those are 2 ways to kind of physically reduce you wanting to smoke and try and stop you from smoking, whereas the NHS smoking helpline and NHS stop smoking services are both more for motivation and out of experience advice and things what to do and what not to do. So I then asked how much money do you spend on cigarettes in a week? Estimate. He said none, obviously, because he doesn't smoke. So once again, there's no area for improvement, and there's no and everything's for strength there. If he did if he said a low number a week, I would say, okay, but listen, you could save yourself that much a week. And what my teacher did at school once was when he quit smoking, because he used to smoke probably about 8 times a day, estimate. He put all of his money that he used to buy cigarettes into a bank account, and he ended up buying himself a brand new iPad Air only after something like 3 months or something, which just shows how massive the price of cigarettes are. So the therapy I would think about is calling NHS smoking helpline and NHS stop smoking services, because they will actually say, listen, you're spending that much money when you can do this, you can do that. Like nicotine replacement patches and replacement therapy and all that. That, it might cost more money to start off with, but it'll stop you from having to buy cigarettes. So in the long term run, everything will improve on that. I said my final question is: are you happy about smoking, or do you regret to start smoking? And he replied, "I am glad that I never started smoking, as there are health benefits to not smoking, and the price they cost." Once again, this is completely true. My client is a perfect example on smoking. He's obviously been aware about smoking and other stuff. Maybe he knew someone who smoked, and that's why he never got into it. But for people who don't know people who smoked and regret it, I would advise, when thinking about it, actually phoning NHS smoking helpline, because they won't just give you advice to smokers, they will give advice why not to start smoking. And if you can think of a reason to start smoking which they can't disagree with, then I would advise that you can smoke, but there literally are no reasons to smoke which have any good effect on your body or health or even social life. So he's very glad he didn't start smoking about the health, because of the health benefits and their cost. I've already mentioned cost, and the health benefits I've already mentioned with coronary heart disease, cancer and lung infections. That's all on the smoking, rather short one because my client didn't smoke, but I still gave examples of what I would do if he did. Thank you.